はい、それでは今日もやっていきましょう。今日は、ユニット61から65までをやっていきます。それでは、用意、スタート。She wasn't used to it. She wasn't used to driving on the left. She got to driving the left. She used to driving on the left.Paul lives alone. He doesn't mind this because he's been alone 15 years. It isn't strange for him. He's used to it. He used to living alone. I bought some used shoes. They felt a bit strange at first because I was used to them. I went in an apartment in a very busy street. I expected to get used to the noise, but at the moment the belly is disturbing. Helen has a new job.He has get up money earlier than before. It's 6:30. She finds this difficult because he isn't used to getting up so early. Her husband often came home. She doesn't mind this. He's used to being away. She used to be driving a left. We noticed the noise. Oh, we noticed it. Paul is used to living alone.Lisa had to get used to driving on the left. I am used to the weather in this country. I'm used to driving on the left because I lived in the road in the long time. I used to driving to work every day, but these days I usually go by bus. I used to live outside the town, but now we live in the center. We talked about the problem.We must apologize for what you said. We talked about going to Sam America. You must apologize for not telling the truth. He doesn't approve of swearing. We have said it against the moving to London. I wouldn't read the mask for funny. Do you feel mathematics tonight? This isn't on paying to the meal. I'm looking for the meeting house is finding the job yet. I'm thinking of buying a house. Oh, I'm thinking about buying a house. I don't prefer the people killing the animals for fun. We are always looking forward to Andy coming home. They accuse us of telling the lies. We all congratulate Lisa winning the first prize.Excuse me for being so late. What prevented you from coming to see us? The rain due to the suffered to enjoy our holiday. Nobody suspected your being a spy. I forgot the sarcasm to help me. You can't stop me doing what I want. Oh, you can't stop me from doing what I want. They accuse us of not telling the truth.Excuse me for not replying to emails until now. We are accused of telling the lies. The general suspected being the spy. I apologize to them for keeping them waiting. There's nothing you do about this situation, so not use to worrying about it. It's no good trying to persuade me. You won't succeed.There's no point in having a car if you never use it. There's no point in waiting any longer, so we left. What's the point of having a car if you never use it? I live in a short walk from here, so it's not worth it to taxi. I flight very early in the morning, so it wasn't go to bed. What was the film like? What is the scene?Please blocking the house but didn't take anything. That means nothing to stealing. There had no trouble finding a place to stay. Did you have any difficulty getting a visa? People sometimes have problems reading the writing. He spent hours trying to repair the clock. I wasted a lot of time doing nothing.She said this could save me. She was too busy doing other things. How often do you go swimming? I'd like to go skiing. When was the first time you went shopping? I've never been sailing. I found a restaurant to the other table. Do you need it to make the bread? We shouted to warn everybody danger. We later confirmed the decision to make our meeting last week. The president has a team of bodyguards protecting. It's difficult to find a place of park in the center. Would you like to something to eat? Do you have much work to do? I get a look at this one to talk to you. I need something to open the bottle with. They gave the message to food. Do you have much opportunity to learn English? I need a few days to think about the proposal. We stopped the petrol. We stopped to get to the petrol. I hurried to the bus. I had to learn to catch the bus. There wasn't a chairs to sit on, so they sat on the floor. I used the brushes to washing the dishes. Oh, I used the brushes to wash the dishes. I went to the kitchen to wash the dishes. What is this switch for? Did you do that? What for? I hurried to the sofa to be late. Eat something now, you won't get hungry later. She's learning English, so they can study in Canada. We does to London so that we can see a friend or often. I heard that would be late. Or I hurried that would be late. James doesn't speak very clearly. It is difficult to understand him. He is difficult to understand. Do you think it is safe to drink water? Do you think this water is too safe to drink? The question is difficult. It was impossible to answer them. The questions in the exam is difficult. They were impossible to answer. Nicole has a lot of interesting ideas. It is interesting to talk to her. Nicole is interesting to talk to you. This is a difficult question that we answer. It was nice of you to take an airport. Thank you very much. It would be silly of you to give up the job when you need the money. I think it was unfair to criticize me. I'm sorry he had the matter as well. But Julia was surprised to see you. It was a long, tiring journey. It was glad to home. If you had any news, you would be the first know. If the next train arrived at platform 4, it would be the 10:50 Liverpool. Everybody was late to expect me. I was the only time. Carla is a very good student. She is bound to pass the exam. I'm likely to get home late tonight. She wasn't used to it. She wasn't used to driving in the left. She got used to driving in the left. She used to be driving in the left. Paul lives alone. It's my decision that he's living alone 15 years. It is not strange for him. He's used to it. He's used to living alone. I bought some new shoes. I was a stranger at first because I was used to them. I went in an apartment in a very busy street. I expected to get used to the noise, but at the moment it was very disturbing. The Helen is a new job. She has to get up much earlier than before. It's 6:30. She finds that difficult because he's easy to get up so early. Catherine has abandoned often the way to home. She doesn't mind this. He doesn't mind waiting away. She used to be going left. We didn't notice the noise. Oh, we didn't use it. Paul is used to being alone. Lisa had to get used to driving on the left. I'm used to the weather in the country. I'm used to driving on the left because I believe in the building a long time. I used to driving out every day. These days, I usually go by bike. You used to live just outside the town, just to live at the center. We talk about the problem. You must apologize for what you said. We talked about going to the South America. You must apologize for not telling the truth. He doesn't approve the swearing. We just decided to go into the mood the road. I wouldn't dream faster than money. Do you feel like going out tonight? They insisted on paying a meal. I'm looking forward to the meeting Zaha. That's the job yet. I'm thinking of buying a house. Oh, I'm thinking about buying a house. I don't prove that people killing the animal for fun. We are always looking for that Andy coming home. They accuse us of telling the lines. We also created the Lisa winning the first prize. They excuse me for coming so late. What will prevent them coming to see us? They arranged in the holiday. Nobody succeeded of being the spy. I forgot to thank you for helping me. You can't stop me doing what we want. Or you can't stop me doing what we want. They accused us of not telling the truth. Excuse me for not replying the email until now. We are accused of telling the lies. The general was suspected of being a spy. I apologize to them for keeping waiting. There's nothing you can do about the situation, so it's no use worrying about it. It's no good trying to persuade me. You won't succeed. There's more to point it out if you never use it. There was no point in waiting longer, so we left. What's the point to have a car if you never use it? I live in a short port from here, so it's not worth it to take a taxi. I flight very early in the morning, so wasn't worth going to bed. What was the film like? What is the scene? See, with walking in the house, it is taking anything. There's nothing worth stealing. They had no trouble finding a place to stay. Did you have any difficulty getting the visa? People sometimes have a problem reading them by writing. He spent an hour driving repairing the clock. I wasted a lot of time doing nothing. She said that she couldn't see me. She was too busy alone with other things. How often do you go for swimming? I rather go to skiing. When was the first time you went shopping? I've never been sailing. Do you need to make the press? We shouted at walking that everybody in danger. This letter confirmed the decision we made at our meeting last week. The president has a team of the bodyguards that protect him. It's difficult to find a place of park in the center. Would you like something to eat? Do you have much work to do? I'll get lonely that this matter to talk to you. I need something to open the bottle with. They gave us money to food. Do you have much opportunity to practice English? I need a few days to think about the proposal. We stopped to get petrol. I had to run to the bus. I had to run to catch the bus. There wasn't any chairs for us to sit on, so we sat on the floor. I used the brushes for washing the dishes. I washing the dishes. I went to the kitchen to wash the dishes. What is this switch for? Did you do that for? I hurried for this warning be light. Eat something to now, you won't get hungry later. She's learning the English, she's that can study in Canada. Who's London, so you to see her friends more often. I heard that so that we can be late. Or, I heard that so it will be late. James asked me to speak very clearly. It is too difficult to understand him. It is difficult to understand. Do you think it is safe to drink the water? Do you think that the water is safe to drink? The qualification exam is very difficult. It was impossible to answer them. The question in the exam was very difficult. They were very difficult to answer. Nicola has a lot of interesting ideas. It is interesting to talk to her. Nicola has an interest to talk to her. This is difficult to answer. It was nice to be at the airport. Thank you very much. It's silly of Ruth to give her the job if she needed the money. I think it was unfair to criticize me. I'm sorry to hear that your mother is better. That Julia was surprised to see you. It was a long time train journey. We are glad to get home. If you have any news, you will more this time. Its next arrives at the platform 4 will be the 10:50 Liverpool. Everybody will late except me. I was the only one to arrive on the time. Carla is a very good student. She's bound to pass the exam. I'm like to get late tonight. はい、2週終わりました。早口なところは非常に難しい。いやー、難しいので、また明日もやっていきましょう。それでは、グッバイ。